I would like to put a message out there on the internet for all women who are either pregnant or looking at becoming pregnant at some point in their life. I would like to talk to you about piercings and pregnancy, because these are lessons that I've only learned going through pregnancies with piercings. I would like to talk specifically about 3 different types of piercings. Those would be your navel, your nipple, and your dermal piercings. Now, navel piercings are done in different parts of the area around the navel. It's a pinch of skin that has a piercing go through it, and you either put a half moon shaped bar or a ring through it, and you can pretty much just leave it after they pierce it. You don't ever have to take it out, change it, etc. And usually they uneventfully just stay there. It wasn't until my 5th month of my first pregnancy that I realized that the skin was stretching around my half moon shaped bar, and as a result I have a small stretch mark. So I took it out for the rest of the pregnancy to prevent any further damage, but like I said, I do have a small scar from that. So if you're looking at having a pregnancy and you have your navel pierced, you should take that out early just to save yourself the stretch mark, because if you've had the piercing for more than a year, it should stay. It shouldn't close up or have any issues whatsoever during the pregnancy. You should be able to just put it right back in after the baby's out. The next piercing I would like to talk about are nipple rings. I got mine pierced after my daughter was born 8 years ago, and have been just wearing some half moon shaped rings in them uneventfully for nearly a decade now. And as I'm in my 2nd pregnancy, I'm in my 6th month, but in my 5th month, my midwife told me that I needed to actually remove them sometime before I had my C-section. And I was going to wait until the end of the pregnancy to take them out. It wasn't until about 2 weeks ago that I realized one of them was actually stuck. And I mean stuck. It would not come out. I tried pushing it one way or the other, and the ball was stuck under the skin and I could not get it out. So I ended up consulting a doctor, who then referred me to a surgeon, and next thing I know, I'm on an operating table with a whole medical staff ready to cut open my boob. So that was not a good time. I don't recommend that. If somebody had warned me earlier on, I would have taken them out sooner if I had known that A, the nipples grow, and B, the skin becomes so elastic that it can just absorb the piercing, and the piercing can walk around, do its own thing. The ring does not stay in place the same way that it does when the body is not in a state of pregnancy. The skin is just far more elastic when you're pregnant. Finally, the last piercing I would like to discuss with a preventative warning about are dermals. Now, this is my dermal. It's the only one that I have, and this is a permanent type of piercing. What that means is this is put in using a scalpel, and what the piercer does is they take the scalpel, they make a small incision, and they insert a bar underneath the skin that has a hole in it. The ball is then screwed into the hole, and that's what holds the ball in place. So you don't need to have any kind of ring or any other exit point. It's just the one hole for the piercing that holds it in place. Well, last night, in the middle of the night, I don't know if my hair snagged on it or if my fingernail or what, but I actually ripped part of the bar out of my skin. And that is, again, due to the fact that the skin is so elastic that things can just tear, rip, stretch very easily and very painlessly. I had to actually stretch it to put it back in, which I was able to do. Otherwise, I probably would have been looking at the same route of having to have a surgeon remove the rest of it. And these are things that I wouldn't have considered back when I got the piercing done before I found out I was pregnant. So just if you're pregnant or looking at becoming pregnant one day and you have piercings or are considering piercings, it's just something that I want to put out there, that pregnancy does things to your body, that it changes the skin, and nobody ever warns you about getting these things out sooner. You think you'll get them out towards the end of the pregnancy or when the baby's born, but they actually need to come out sometimes sooner than that. And I just wanted to warn women, especially about the nipple rings and the navel rings, because if you don't get those taken out early on and the skin stretches, you can be put in a situation like I was, where you've got an entire operating room full of medical staff ready to cut open your exposed breast. Not a good time. So anything that I can do to prevent other women from going through that. That is my message, and I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you very much, and have a great day.